Oh, welcome to the stream. Just gonna turn the music down a little bit. So, turn it up there for everyone. So today, New York session open. We have got. Well, first of all, I got a mullet. People can see. I'm bullish coming into the day, above the previous New York VWAP, above the overnight VWAP as well. And if we turn the actual VWAP session on, we've just gone above this VWAP as well, which is pretty interesting to see. I do just realise, actually, I've been on New York time instead of the UK time, so I may have to just change things around quickly. If we go to London, yes, this VWAP here is not relevant. So let's just get rid of this. And then overnight would be from here, and I'll also draw my fixed range volume profile as well to New York Open. So you can see quite a lot of value being made over here, down here as well, which is quite interesting to see. So we could play a short of the highs here. We have made a very, very small range. So I think I may play this short. We've also got quite a lot of resistance at the highs here, and play the shorts going back down to the New York session, which could be quite interesting today. We've obviously got here as well, very high level of support. We've come into this level and rejected off it. So yeah, I think this is the first trade idea. Go short off here. Stop loss relatively small. Obviously, you need to wait for the close here before I actually enter any trades. But this would be first trade really. Looking to take. Go new order in the US. Take quite a small position here. We're short. We are short. Remember, I have the most success really in the market when I'm taking trades off the first hour of New York, really. So this is quite, what I want to be looking to try and achieve. I'll probably go TPs at sort of not. My entry was more around here. So yeah, just see how this plays out. I don't really target anything too much here. I don't really want to target much more. I think my final target would be probably about this New York VWAP. If you can come back, and then I may look for pullbacks to the upside. But we are bearish because my bias is wrong because I drew out it incorrectly. But as you can see, the bearish bias is because we have value stay at the lows here. We've also come with this pretty chunky support zone here. Price then wicked off this level, wicked off the 200 the VWAP session. As you can see overnight, coming into the days, we were below it, creating value below it as well. So PAC's down at the lows here. I don't want to take like the first break to the upside. I'll wait for value, to be made down here, and then we'll see how this plays out. I'm only not risking too much this trade. It's only a 1-to-1 as well. So if I get the bias wrong, we go up to TP, then that's completely fine. I'll look to possibly look for longs because then we're creating value to the upside here. But yeah, we'll just have to see how this level holds out really. I mean, if we break the structure, we've got quite a lot of upside potential anyway, so I'll just look for a break and retest at the highs. Probably draw some VWAPs from the high of day and look for that sort of play to see how this plays out. So that'd be my first loss on screen if we take a loss here. It's kind of mental to think of. Yeah, it's been quite a lot of wins on the stream, really. We're still holding this level, so I'm not too worried. See what just happened here. I mean, this is one of those lessons you can try, and if you want to, you can wait for, you know, actually, you know, structure to give you start looking bearish before we get in. But because it was quite like a nice doji candle and then a strong bearish candle, I was happy to get in there. But you know, things like this can happen, and it looks like this may be a loss. Yeah, that's my first loss of the day. So that's completely fine. We're now above the New York session, so I'll probably look some longs. I'll just start creating a developing profile here as well. See what plays out. Just right. You see we made the value down, that's why I was trying to like take it back down off this level here. We came into quite a lot of discount, so I thought if we could play it in. But on MT5 I've been taken out here, so yeah. But we got a lot of upside potential here, so it's not too bad. Looks like, yeah, we want to go and shoot past and take all these orders. Probably getting in here. Now just look for like a break and retest of this level here to get in long. You also have a New York VWAP coming up. We're also above New York session, so when we have 3 VWAPs like sort of like this is the hardest real condition to get a bias off, because we're below the session VWAP, but we're also above this VWAP here, and then we sort of make a very small range, so it's very difficult to sort of trade it. I don't want to take the breakout here. It's just so small. We have got a lot of value up here as well, because we've broken past all these areas of resistance. It's quite interesting to me, so yeah, let's see what we can do. See what happens at this level, really. I don't think we're really seeing any buyers hold price here, so. Yeah, you can still see who's in control. It is the buyers. But they are falling, and now we've got bears stepping through. I'd rather buy from here than here because this is at discount prices. That's the thing you've got to think of. But we do have quite a good buy off this level, but still gonna wait. let's see. Can we get some sort of consolidation? If we find this consolidation here, then I'll look to take this one when we sort of break out here. That would be quite ideal. So see, didn't get too early here, so I don't get this faked out move. What you want to also see is sort of like this VWAP coming up, and then I can look to somehow buy here with this consolidation. Get in there. That'd be nice. That would be very nice. We can just see value. That's what I mean. Like, you know, such a big thing in trading is finding where value is, where people are happy to buy and sell price. You know. So if you come to this level, we're below where people are happy to sell price. You know. That's a good indicator to buy. It's called like a B-shape volume profile. So you want to buy sort of at these areas below value, at the edge of it, at the edge of value. Buy the edge of value, then you can buy up back into value, right? So that's why I took the trade. Well, that's why I took this trade, because value was getting created here. So I wanted to buy it back into value. But now created value is being created up here, so that's how you lose trades. So it's fine. I'm happy to take a loss there. That's why I do like a developing profile. You know, where else do we have value? Up here, but we've also got a lot of value here. So this area can be added as support and resistance. That's what I'm looking for. Looking for New York VWAP to come up here. But you can see sellers have started to come into control as well. So I really need to see. You know, that's why I didn't take the trade here. Don't want to get too eager. So now we come back into this VWAP, coming to the edge of value getting created here. Edge of value is being made here. We're also at the edge of value here. Right? Could be a good time. Could be a good chance we get this level here being made. Because we break to the upside of the range after getting faked out from below. It's a nice sign. You know, you can see this more heavily on the 5 minute. The 5 minute 200 EMA is acting as the sort of support. So come back in, play this range trade to the upside. But, you know, just got to look where the VWAP is. We're below, coming back below the VWAP. That's why it's quite difficult trading the 1 minute, because you can get manipulated here by thinking, okay, well, we're up here, but actually it's just better to buy at a lower price really most of the time. You know, if you just want to get really basic with it, just bring out like Fibonacci levels, like where are we in discount, 50 level, okay, that's a good level to buy. We've broken structure to the left. You know, we're at the edge of value, or at the edge of value on the session as well. It's quite good stuff. See, buyers try to step in, immediately pushed down by sellers. Yeah, we want to see this. We want to see the price getting captured here. Slow down before pushing up again. So sellers still stepping in, not interested. Let's have a look. Just be quite happy to buy off this level, you know. I'll put a decently nice one. We'll put TPs at a high, something like that. Would be something I'd aim for. Sort of like a 17 pip play, 10 pip stop loss. But if we don't see any reaction from the VWAP, they're not going to buy from it. There we go. Sellers still want to take control. I'm not going to get in the market. That's why I don't do sell limits on the 1 minute time frame. You know, you're just going to catch yourself out. What you can do though, if your bias stays the same, I can draw a VWAP from the top here, and then we'll just have to see, right? See what happens. See when buyers are stepping in. Okay, buyers want to step in to see how they react, see how much momentum they have here. Just coming off of a very big downtrend, so I want to be careful. Looks like we're coming above VWAP. Okay, quite strongly as well. Quite a lot of buy momentum coming through. Yeah, we are respecting New York VWAP. You can see here, we're respecting levels of demand in the market. So this could be a good chance to really enter here. Still waiting. Poor close. It's not even really a bullish close there. Game of patience trading. I need to see certain things play out which just aren't playing out for me to enter. Just waiting. Will we see this slowdown here? That's what I'm looking for. At the moment we are seeing it. Seeing this chop getting create. Break above VWAP. Look to aim for the highs. Still waiting. I think I already know the trade that's going to probably happen here. You know, I'll probably do probably see sellers start to slow down, start to see some buying uptrend. Then I'll buy probably this sort of breakout of the VWAP, the high of the VWAP. Now, of course, if we break below these lows, yeah, then I can look to actually short off the VWAP. You know, because we've created value below the this level here. So possibly I needed a bit of a bigger stop loss taking this entry, because it was, you know, we did hold this sort of you know, session high. The original idea was right of me trying to short this level with the bias, but you know, I should have probably had a level at this sort of value area high or something. In hindsight's a great thing, you know. We all wish we had hindsight. Now we're going to the value area low of the session. If you can push with steam below it, then I'll really look for a retest, push back down to this level. That'd be quite a nice level for me to sort of trade into. But half an hour left of the session, we'll see what it gives me. See what price gives me. being made private. Right then. So currently taking one loss on the stream. Took a short of the New York VWAP, but my stop loss was here. Got taken out, unfortunately. Got the right bias, but wrong stop loss there. So yeah, current bias is difficult because we're ranging between New York Session Open VWAP. We're below the New York Session. Sorry, we're above the previous New York Session VWAP, and we're below the high of the overnight session VWAP as well. So we just a bit of a difficult one. But that's the first loss I've taken on stream actually, which is fine. It was only a 1% loss, so I'll take another trade. I've still got half an hour until my session is over. But at the moment I'm looking at shorting from these levels again. If you break below these levels especially, then I'll look for the short up here. Because we've got a nice target of here, which is where I think price would probably come to. So you can see it's been acting its nice support. We're also bearish, so you can try and target this level. That would be what would be nice to see. Unlucky, yeah, it's quite unlucky because I got the bias right. You know, I wanted a short here because I saw the value getting created on the developing session here. You know, we had value area high. I should have put stop loss at the value area high of the session, but it was too small. But you live and you learn. Just look how low the value area is here. It just shows you how much buyers and sellers want to compete for price at this point here. So of course, if buyers and sellers are happy to buy prices here, then if you buy anything up here, if you sell anything here, then that's where you want to get target again. Because if the banana's going for $4 right here, then the banana, you know, goes up to $6, then you don't want to buy it here. You want to sell it at $6 because then you're buying something that's quite expensive because the buyers and sellers are happy to buy at $4. So, you know, that's sort of the the maths and the reason behind it. Why would you buy something up here when it's more expensive than when it was happily being bought here? You wouldn't. You would either wait for it to get really low to $3 and buy it back up to $4 instead, but that's sort of how volume is working. So what will I do? Look for a short here, stop loss above the VWAP, targeting the low of day. Just hit. And that's sort of a trade I'd like to take, really. Especially if we see the momentum of buyers slow down. That's the thing I haven't seen yet this session. I've seen, you know, this session so far we've just seen buyers and sellers. There's been no slowdown at any price. Which is why it's difficult to trade that. Now we're seeing a slowdown of price here. So slowdown of price, buyers push up. You can see momentum slowing. Volume is almost at nil here. That's why you want to buy stuff. Unfortunately, I bought stuff when the buying volume was all the way up here. That's not what you're really meant to do. You're meant to buy stuff when stuff's at very low volume, when you're looking at pullback. But did work out in our favour, but you know, just have to see how price works here, see what happens. But I would love to sell the market today. I do think it has some potential, really. So look, buyers pushing through a volume. What I can now do is draw the VWAP from the high of day. Adds to my context, and I'm also just making these videos so people can like watch the whole thing, look at my sort of thought process of why I thought a good idea to sell here was, you know, why I think it's a good idea to sell here. But again, if you want to take it really simply, draw out your thing. Where's a good time to sell? Anything above the 0.5 level. Where's a good place to target? Anything here, because this is where prices are happily being bought and sold at. Now we've got a very, very strong push through of volume, so I'm not going to sell. I have a very strong push through of volume. I want to wait for the volume to slow down of buyers. The volume of sellers slow down here. Then we saw buyers happen, right? So I don't want to buy here. Maybe here's a good idea, right? Because hopefully buyers will get exhausted by here. We get back into the session value area high, and that means we go down target value. It's the exact same setup I have here, and hopefully, you know, I'll put a stop loss which is big enough to give the trade a chance. But that's the thing, you've got to give the trade a chance, especially if you're trading the 1 minute time frame. You know, yes, selling here is a good idea. But if I waited on the 5 minutes for a 5 minute close, then I could have actually caught the move to the downside and targeted the session low, right? So I'm still learning scalping, you know. Yes, so far it's been actually pretty good. I'm actually creating a journal at the moment for my scalping because I do think there's a lot of opportunity in scalping and day trading at the moment compared to what I normally do, which is swing trading. I think swing trading is quite difficult at the moment because you've got a lot of volatility in the markets. You've got a lot of sort of, if you go to a tool I use called TradeSave Plus, you know, if you look at the risk sentiment, you can tell when it's a good time to scalp, because when we go to the risk sentiment, when we're in a very risk-on environment, which we've been in for ages, it's a really good time to start looking for scalping opportunities. So, you know, because you see volume in equities, right? So we are seeing a slowdown of volume here, okay? We are seeing prices getting respected, but I just need to wait for this sort of softening here to be seen. It's very tempting to just sell off the first 1 minute close. But really, it's quite difficult doing that. Long term, it's very difficult doing that. So slow down, still see buyers. Value area high is also up here, so just gotta be a bit careful. But we are at the edge of value, so that's a good sign. So now we're seeing a bit more sellers take control. Still green on the MACD though. Still just waiting. Still waiting. This is why I wait. It's the exact reason why I wait. Still waiting for that entry. Bring up my MT5 here though. Okay, now I am seeing a lot of sellers stepping through. So I'll probably put a sell in here because I do see some sellers stepping through. Yeah, I'll put a sell in. So close also above value area, VWAP high here as well. I'll give myself quite a bit of a chance here, but you have targets. I'll just with this one because the target's quite far away. As a scalper, you know, holding for a move this big is quite difficult to do. It's like a 17 pip move. So ideally, I don't really want to hold anything past this point, past the day's low, because it's quite tricky when you start to do this. But I've got a healthy stop loss because I do think, you know, we just got to be careful here. But we'll see what happens. See if this VWAP acts as support again. It's resistance. You can see really like the area that's really acting is this fat low value area right here. So we're between the edges of two value areas, right? So they're just price deciding which value it wants to sort of go to. I personally think, you know, we'll go to this value area first. The worry thing is for this trade is that you've come off the POC here, right? So the fact that we took a trade on the POC isn't ideal. But I'm still happy to take this. Like I say, like I do think prices will come to the downside this session. But we are seeing, yeah, that push off the POC. Maybe they'll have to re-enter at a later stage up here to get back into the move, but we'll have to see really. This comes up flying then that would is a bit worrying about the buying volume here, especially. But you know, buyers are being exhausted, so that's why it's good to have a fat stop loss like this on especially on a 1 minute, because you can see first of all what's happening. So slow down the prices, slow down in prices, and that would be another re-entry point for me. If we see the slowdown again, add to the position, because it looks like prices finally, yes, did I get in early? Did I get in early? I did, you know, in hindsight. But hindsight's pretty nice to have on your side when you've already taken a trade. But it's very difficult to sort of wait for this to come, because sometimes you just see the buyers pick up straight away. But if you do leave yourself a big enough stop loss, you can sometimes get away with it. I don't know if I will in this case, but we'll have to see. So we're retesting 0.5 level again. The other thing to mention is, you know, we did make this double low on the 1 minute, which is always, you know, not great. So there's a few reasons really against us. Double low, value up here, you know, there are a few things against the trade. But as long as you understand the exhaustion of prices, then I think it should be okay. Just have to see. Can we get the exhaustion down? Well, you know, I am seeing it on the buy side. Look, you can see the exhaustion. You know, prices aren't. It's not doing this really. It's sort of doing a flattening out. So we are seeing we are still respecting this level. Like, I can't really like say, oh, you know, buyers are still in control, because if they're in control, then they would have really pushed past this already. So I think if we can get this MACD down, look to buy, sell here again, add to the position. If we get below low of day as well, we can see low of day reacting off the VWAP here. But if we push past the VWAP here, it's a great sign that the sellers have slowed down. So 2 trades here, right ideas on both occasions. This one was a much better trade because of the size of the stop loss. This one, stop loss way too small. You know, I don't really know why I've done that one. But here we go. Buyers are completely exhausted out, made double highs there. Great chance possibly to re-enter more positions, which I'll do now. So I'll add to my short position here. You know, buyers completely gone out of the market. Breakdown below the VWAP, entry, second entry here. Same stop loss. And we'll target the lows. See if we can get prices pushing down to the lows here. More exhaustion. There we go. Now we got the red. And we'll go probably quite an early break even on this trade, because we just got lower day that's quite near our entry, which is quite worrying. All this marking up is just Just remove it. What's important is I think watching people trade live is super good, because you can all do this back testing and everything, but if you can't learn to trade the live conditions, then it's tricky, really. You know, I don't really see the point of a mechanical model, because if you have a mechanical model, how does it work long time when you've got so much things like, you know, against you, because the market's different every day. Still holding this VWAP, this New York VWAP. Obviously, this in hindsight again, you know, this is why, like, in backtesting, people will just take a second target here, right? Because, oh, it's at the V, but like, are you doing that in the live markets? Probably not. Of course, like, I want to add to the position at this point, not this point. But that's why trading's so difficult, is because it's so different to backtesting results. It's just ridiculous how people think you can just backtest, have a profitable edge, and then just make money. Never seen that happen. Yo, I've been missing all the chats. I don't actually know what the difference between like the views and everything is, but is there a reason why you're starting to scalp again? Yeah, because I think it's a good opportunity at the moment. Got risk on conditions, quite a lot of volume in the equities. It's quite easy at the moment to scalp. Swing trading is very difficult at the moment, I think, because you've got a lot of different conditions every day, a lot of high volume, which is taking a toll on swing trading. I'd say it really is. It's quite tricky to swing trade, but scalping, I'm personally seeing a lot of success with currently. Again, you know, I have to see how it carries on going. What is that asset? It's S&P. I normally trade ES rather than NQ just because I prefer it. So yeah, I prefer the way it moves, really. NQ everyone trades, but I don't know. Let's have a look at NQ. I mean, like, NQ fetus takeout. Where's New York? Oh, actually, I want to take NAS, really. Yeah, so we're currently at this VWAP again, but you can just see like sellers getting exhausted here. Sorry, buyers getting exhausted. Then I'd like look to push down to this value here, ideally. Whether or not that happens or not, I don't know. I don't know. I can only do what I can only trade how, you know, I see fit. But the fact that we broke below this low actually probably makes NQ in this position look a little bit better than ES, as in terms of a setup. But I do always prefer the way that ES moves. It's just quite clean, really. It's just pretty clean. Look at this, more sellers. I mean, you know, if this is the definition to people watching of buyer exhaustion, really is. The fact that we pushed down so many times below the VWAP high, we've held below New York. You know, maybe we'll get a pickup of buying volume here, but you know, I don't know. Like what I can see here is quite clear. We aren't seeing that push down yet. We aren't seeing that flush, to be fair. It's sort of creating like what a lot of people would call is like a wedge in the market, where sometimes what's better to do is to actually, like, you know, we're getting this like wedge pattern here. is to actually wait for the clean break, and then once you do that, then target the low. So yeah, if you want to take the safest trade here, that's what I would personally do. Wait for that wedge to get broken. So it looks like it may happen here. Go. Let's see, can we this next candle print below? If we we'll go break even this low here, because again, like, this is where I expect price to react off, so it would be silly not to take a break even. You know, if I think price will react off this level and go up to my target, then why wouldn't I go break even? If I didn't think price was going to react off there, then I wouldn't go break even. If the level was here, then I'd go break even here, but it isn't. It's quite high. So yeah, but we're now quite strongly, below the height this day thing. And if you want to take another thing to sort of look at is this actually lower day here. You know, we can see we're quite clearly below it. It always helps. So there we go. Everything live, analysis playing out. Like I said short from the high. That's exactly what happened. Stop loss was wrong. I said short from the New York VWAP. We've pushed down. This is when you understand sort of things like this. Trading does become a lot easier. I can promise you that. You know, people think it's so difficult to understand biases. It is difficult to understand biases, but if you can understand why the market wants to move like it does, then you can have a lot more success. You know, saying that, buyers, like I say, reacting from the lows, we push straight up. It's saying that this price here, this level here, just quite simply is a place that buyers like to get into. So yeah. It is very difficult trading. It's very, very difficult. It takes a long time to really understand it. I think scalping is literally nearly impossible, really to have a long-term edge. I couldn't have a long-term edge really scalping, in my opinion. But you know, if you understand the conditions you want to trade in, which I think I do pretty well, then I think you can have an edge scalping. But a lot of people just scalp all the time, and I think that's really why they struggle, because yes, you can understand more different conditions, but people can understand them, but they don't understand how to trade them well. And that's really where they get unstuck. And the more you trade, the more you trade over a short period, sort of the more money you normally lose in the long term. There's quite a lot of data to suggest that the longer people hold trades, the better they do against the market. The longer you try to hold trades for a short amount of time, the harder really trading is. But if you can have little snippets of success in different points, then I think you can do pretty well trading, really. So let's see, can we ultimately, where do I think the market's going to go? I think we'd go down to this low here, and my hope is we go to the low where my TP is. But do I know that's going to happen? I don't know at all, because this is new ground. Like, I don't really know, you know, I don't know if price will go down here, because the only level of data I've already got is here. So, you know, have we got a lot of levels in here? Yes, that we can act as support. Like, look at this level. Look how strong this support level is. Look how low value node right at our entry, or right as where price reacts off. We've got support, bang, bang, bang to the downside. Now we're just reacting off the this value here. But you can now see more VWAPs from the lower day, VWAPs from this low here. You've got the New York VWAP all above prices, so it's very difficult for price now to push through all of these VWAPs to the upside. So my stop loss is up here in quite a good position. But we are making more double bottoms. We are reacting off this clear level of support, and that's the thing going against our trade. Because, like I say, it's very difficult buying into an area here. That was the downside of the trade, really, because, you know, we're buying into an area where buyers are interested in, because we've seen 1, 2, now a third reaction. The good news is if we come back to this level, there's actually a higher chance because on the fourth tap, you know, there's only so many times buyers can prompt up price, if you see what I mean. So so here we go, buyers are stepping in. Damn, this is a lot of consolidation, which is not ideal to see at all. I just want to see volume. I want to see some downward volume. But I really just want to get to this point here so I can get risk off on my position. That's what I want to see. This is my area break even. Right, we're coming back into the levels of support, into of resistance. It's just a terrible time to trade in this absolute chop of a market, my word. But we're back at the New York VWAP of Nasdaq as well. But I'll probably head off at 4 o'clock. But you guys can see how the trades go. I'll make a video later on as well today of the trades that I took, why I took them, did they win, did they lose. This elevator's music is solid. Yeah. Right, I was stuck on some lo-fi chill beats, non-copyright. Oh, this choppy market is very, very frustrating to trade in. As soon as it hits like 4 o'clock though, 4 p.m. UK time, this is exactly what happens. So, yeah. So much just Chop, 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 chop. Bro, I don't even know what stuff I should be playing. I'm gonna have ads now on a live stream. Jesus. Doing some free promotion here for Fairy Max Powder. Fiercely recommend it. I use it myself actually. Pretty decent. Right, what's gonna happen here? 4 PM and that's me done because I'm not gonna watch the screens. I'll just see if the trades win or lose. Because this is very difficult to watch, just to chop, chop, chop. Is Trump speaking? No, he isn't, is he? Oh, for flip's sake. Not good. That just means my trade's lost. That does mean that this is gonna fuck me over, I think. Any sign when Trump talks is normally bullish for the S&P. Ooh. Will he stop me out? Well, rips. This is why you gotta love scalping, right? That's why we love it. Oh dear, dear. Bruh. I'm gonna just check my broker. Okay, we're chill on the broker. We haven't hit stop loss. I'll bring up the broker here. Oh wait, that's not the broker. Just so then you can see, like, my stop loss hasn't been hit yet. Don't worry. Bit of a goated stop loss placement if this sells out, but I doubt it will. I think we're going to hit stop loss. I'd be very surprised if this trade wins, especially if Trump is actually speaking. See the White House YouTube channel. Well, I guess we'll have to see. This value area high has absolutely saved me this trade. Flipping out. Getting quite a strong reaction off it. If Trump's actually speaking, I'll close at break even. Is he actually speaking though, or is that like some? Is that some fake news? Check. Check. Trade save news will do. Oh dear, yeah. Trump makes a live announcement. Okay. Fuck. Yeah, I got it. 11 a.m. Didn't see this. Well, rips in the chat for that one. I'm just gonna tap my broker, see if we're in the trade or not. We are just in it. My stop is at 4165 or 4116. 7416 105. There. Man, look at this chop. I can't be bothered. Cannot be bothered. I just want it to lose or win now. Can't lie. This is so long. I don't know how anybody can trade this. Like, this is ridiculous. This is what happens though when you have an announcement like Trump speaking, because the market just goes sideways. But I'll definitely close break even if we can. Yeah, I mean, there's no point of holding it. Come on, tick lower. It's a shame because it's actually shaping up pretty nicely. But because this level here is where the low volume node is, we reacted for like the 5th time. But I don't think it's really worth holding this. Not if he's going to make an announcement, because that guy could say anything that comes out of his mouth. I don't know. Well, I'm going to close the trades break even. Yeah, I don't really see a point here of holding this. I will close them, I think. Yeah, I think I will close for profit of £2. And yeah, that's me done. Right, that's a break-even trade. Trump, is he worth trading? No. But that's me done. 1 loss, 2 break-evens. Unfortunate about the Trump information because it was looking quite nice. But yeah, unfortunate stuff really. But hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. If you did, if you did enjoy this, smash the like button. This is not really for people to watch. It's people to watch and replay as well, so they can understand really the positions I'm taking and like how I look at it, and I can learn as I do these, because trading live is the best way to put yourself to the test. But as far as I can see, we've broken all the major parts of support. We are flushing down now. I can see on MT5, unfortunately, for me. But it looks like, you know, we will come to this target, which is the one I think we're going to come to. You know, where we've reacted off like 5 times, and eventually we'll be heading to I think this session volume VWAP. But sellers are in control now. Bars being flushed out, and this is incredibly unfortunate to watch because we are now absolutely flushing down. But yeah, that's how we trade. Cool. Well, hope you guys, yeah, and I'll end it here, I think.